What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated sci-fi sequels of all time, Dune 3. After the massive success of Dune and Dune Part 2, the story of Paul Atreides is heading into its darkest and most dangerous chapter yet. In Dune Part 1, we watched House Atreides fall. The betrayal orchestrated by House Harkonnen led to the death of Duke Leto, and Paul and Lady Jessica were forced into the desert. One of the most important scenes from Part 1, Paul's first spice vision. In that moment, he saw flashes of a future holy war jihad carried out in his name across the universe. That wasn't just a cool visual. That was a warning. Then came the desert transformation. By the end of Part 1, Paul wasn't just a displaced noble son anymore, he was stepping into something far more dangerous, a messianic figure among the Fremen. Now in Dune Part 2 everything escalated. We saw Paul fully embrace the Fremen way of life. He learned to ride the sandworm, one of the most iconic scenes in modern sci-fi cinema. That wasn't just about survival, it was about legitimacy. The desert accepted him, but the turning point was drinking the water of life. That scene changed everything. Paul survived what no man should survive. He unlocked ancestral memories and saw possible futures in terrifying clarity. And in that moment, Paul Atreides died and Muad'Dib was born. Then came the final confrontation with Phaedrotha and the Emperor. Paul didn't just win a battle, he seized the throne. He forced the Emperor to bend. He married Princess Irulan for political power. And he declared control over the spice, the most valuable substance in the universe. But here's the problem. Paul can see the future, he knows billions will die in his name. Dune 3 is expected to adapt the novel Dune Messiah by Frank Herbert. And if you think this is another heroic rise story, it's not. This is the fall. At the end of Part 2, Paul becomes Emperor. But ruling the universe is far more complicated than conquering it. In Dune 3, we'll likely see political conspiracies against Paul, the Bene Gesserit plotting from the shadows, the Spacing Guild fearing his control of spice, religious fanaticism spiraling out of control. Remember those visions from Part 1? They weren't preventable. They were inevitable. Paul tried to avoid the Holy War, but by becoming the Messiah, he guaranteed it. Dune 3 will explore the consequences of that choice. Paul and Chani, the emotional core. One of the biggest changes in Part 2 was Chani's reaction to Paul's rise. At the end, she walks away. She sees what Paul is becoming, not a lover, but a ruler. Not a partner, but a symbol. In Dune 3, their relationship will likely be fractured. Paul's political marriage to Princess Irulan will create tension. And Paul's visions may force him to make choices that cost him the very people he loves. This won't be a romance. It'll be a tragedy, the tragedy of prescience. One of the most powerful themes from Dune 1 and 2 is fate versus free will. In Part 1, Paul feared the future. In Part 2, he accepted it. In Dune 3, he may become trapped by it. Imagine knowing every possible outcome and realizing every path leads to suffering. That's Paul's curse. He isn't just a ruler. He's a prisoner of destiny. Was Paul ever the hero? Here's the uncomfortable truth.